This is CGTN, China Global Television Network.
四面八方的人群在这交往、交流、交融的这么一个平台，它就是像一个大熔炉一样的。
北庭高昌回鹘佛寺，也是我们目前全疆保存最为完整的、艺术元素最丰富的回鹘时期的一个王家寺院。
它太重要了，发现这个陶片上有这个字的，就很兴奋啊！这等于是第一次有了考古的实证。
汉传佛教的这个因素的影响吧，再融入了我们当地的一些少数民族的一些因素。
But despite its small size, the importance of this finding cannot be underestimated. It represents a major advancement in archaeological research related to Beiting. This is Xinjiang in northwest China, with a population of about 13 million. Xinjiang, historically known as Chang'an, served as China's capital during the Tang Dynasty more than 1,300 years ago. The city was also a starting point of the ancient Silk Road. The terracotta warriors, the towers, and the palaces. These landmarks stand as testament to the glory of one of the largest cities in the world at that time, home to about 1 million people. The Datang ever-bright city was designed to recreate the grandeur of the great Tang Dynasty capital. The Tang Dynasty was known for its economic power, cultural richness, and social openness. After the blossoming of the Zhenguan era in Emperor Taizong's rule, Wu Zetian took power as China's one and only female emperor, that is, an empress in her own right. Her sophisticated political maneuvers and iron-handed rule led the Tang to a new era of prosperity. And yet, as powerful as the Tang Dynasty was, its rulers were never free from the worries at the frontiers. Empress Wu Zetian decided to set up the Beiting Protectorate 2,000 kilometers away from the capital to strengthen the central government's administration of its western territories, located in today's Xinjiang Uygur Autonomous Region. The ancient city of Beiting lies at the foot of the Tianshan Mountains, traverse Xinjiang, stretching as far west as Uzbekistan. The Great Mountain Range divides Xinjiang into north and south. Xinjiang is home to a number of ancient cities that once thrived along the Silk Road. On the western outskirts of Turpan lie arguably the largest, oldest and best preserved city of native architecture in the world, the Jiaohe ancient city. Qiuzi, an ancient kingdom in western China, boasts fabulous grottos and murals. It was once the most populous oasis in the Tarim Basin. lowland has been nicknamed the Pompeii of the desert. It was swallowed up by sand for centuries until a Swedish explorer unexpectedly came across the ruins in 1900. Gaochang, Yanqi, and Shule are three more pearls in the archaeological necklace of Xinjiang. And so is Beiting, key to promoting exchanges between the East and the West.
北庭故城啊，因为它在那个地理区位上的特点，在整个西域地区、国家边疆地区都拥有一个非常独特的地位。那么这个地理特点呢，首先表现在2个方面，一个它是在天山北麓，天山北麓呢，因为气候的原因呢，形成了一个比较浅的草原地带，因为再往北又是沙漠了，它不适合那个大规模的定居。遗址的南边呢，正好是那个东天山有一条那个沟通天山南北的通道，叫居士古道。这条道路呢，就把那个整个吐鲁番盆地和这个天山北麓就勾连起来了。那么这个勾连呢，就可以形成一个非常广泛的民族交流交往的一个活动。
Beiting was the seat of power for the Ting Prefecture, the Beiting Protectorate, and the Beiting military governor in the Tang dynasty. Together with the Anxi Protectorate, it governed the territories of the northern and southern Tianshan Mountains in western China.
北庭都护府最基础的功能是军事政治的这个功能，但同时呢，其实它肯定是承担着这个维护丝绸之路繁荣顺畅的这么一个作用。它其实是在算是古代人类命运共同体的一个体现嘛。所以它就保护着这个唐朝跟外面的这些沟通的通畅。那么在平和的时候呢，它就成为古代的各个族群或者不同四面八方的人群在这就是交往交流交融的这么一个平台啊，它就是像一个大熔炉一样的。
Jimsa is a small county in Xinjiang, with a population of 141,000. It sits next to the Beiting ruins. Like Beiting more than 1,000 years ago, it's a melting pot. 13 ethnic groups, including Han, Hui, Kazakhs, and Uyghurs, live here. I'm now on the Beiting Road, and this pathway leads to what remains of the mysterious ancient city of Beiting, a historical treasure trove, about 12 kilometers north of downtown Jimsa. The Beiting site covers over 140 hectares. From a bird's eye view, Beiting appears as an irregular rectangle with an inner and outer city. Most of the city lies in ruins, but some of the structures and their functions are still recognizable. This is the north gate of the ancient city of Beiting. Over 1,000 years ago, countless people of different ethnicities and nationalities passed through, in and out of the city. Beiting witnessed the rise and fall of multiple Chinese dynasties, as well as the heyday and decline of the ancient Silk Road. The streets echoed with hustle and bustle of a lively trade and exchanges between people of different cultures. Customs and traditions converged at this vital hub of the ancient Silk Road. The relics of its key defense facilities, such as watchtowers, turrets, and moats, illustrate the use of central China's fortification and building methods and techniques in the Tang dynasty. Around 50 kilometers south of Beiting, lies one of the most well-used routes across the Tianshan Mountains. Today, it's still used by herders and travelers and explorers. Merchants and troops found this passage to be the most convenient to get past the Tianshan Mountains. The ancient Churchill Road shortens the journey by more than 170 kilometers compared with a detour route via Urumqi, the present-day regional capital of Xinjiang.
天山中间有好多这种穿越天山的路，但是只有这一条路呢是最好走的，就是骑着马就可以翻过去的。所以在古代呢，就成为游牧民族啊，南北沟通走的一条主要的道路。
This ancient passage saw the comings and goings of countless traders and travelers. The rugged mountains loom above the path, scattered with stones, rubble, sand, and patches of grass and bushes. No matter the weather, rain or snow, the biting cold or the scorching sun, an arduous journey lay ahead. Since the Han Dynasty over 2,000 years ago, this passage has also been a shortcut connecting the middle and northern sections of the Silk Road. Beiting served as an important hub and station along the ancient network of trading routes linking China, Central Asia, and Europe, and witnessed dynamic exchanges of various goods and cultures. In this transcontinental trade, a large number of Chinese products such as silk and other fabrics, porcelain and tea were spread to the west, and China embraced new items from Central and West Asia such as grapes, alfalfa, pomegranates and nuts. The Sogdians played an important role of middlemen. From the 3rd to the 10th centuries, a large number of Sogdian merchants traveled to China, and Beiting was one of their stops. Back in 640, Emperor Taizong established the Anxi Protectorate, with Xizhou as the seat of power. Then, the Tang Dynasty moved the seat to Qiuzi, and in 702, Empress Wu Zetian revoked Qingzhou's status as a city in order to expand and upgrade it as the Beiting Protectorate. In 712, the Beiting Protectorate incorporated Xizhou into its governance. The eastern Tianshan Mountains are the dividing line between Xizhou in the south and Qingzhou in the north. The northern Tianshan climate is humid, which isn't good for preserving relics. The southern Tianshan is hot and dry. The climate is well suited for growing certain fruits and helping keep artifacts preserved for centuries. The relics unearthed at Turpan, the present-day site that includes ancient Xizhou, gave us a glimpse into the life and governance in Beiting. Historical records show that the Turpan people asked the government to ensure fair water distribution among the households. They recommended a Han elder, Dong Siju, because he was upright and experienced in water conservancy. Turpan authorities knew the value of irrigation projects and had the technicians of the day conduct routine maintenance. During the Tang Dynasty, Fuxi and Nuwa the earliest ancestors of mankind in traditional Chinese mythology, appeared in ancient Uygur garments. Beiting locals buried paintings of these ancient gods as companions for their dead. Fuxi and Nuwa were principal figures in Taoism, which originated in central China, to travel all the way to Beiting and wear local dress shows a spirit of acceptance in Beiting's local cultures. For archaeologists at the ancient Beiting city site, this little portrait was quite a surprise when it was first discovered in 2021. It is inscribed with the Chinese characters Beiting, meaning Temple of the Feud of Mercy.
碑田呢，本来是个佛教用语，就是它有七福田吧，就是佛教里面就认为，比如说像碑田就是照顾这些孤儿啊、生病的人。 就是你是积功德嘛，中华文化里面本身也有这种思想，尊老爱幼，帮助这些穷困的人。碑田寺反映了中国的这种大同理想、小康社会的理想的一个结合啊，然后在这个唐朝政府的这个落实这么一个概念。
The portrait indicates the presence of a charitable organization established during the Tang Dynasty to help disadvantaged people, such as the sick and the homeless. It was initially set up by Buddhists. The Tang government supported, funded, and supervised its operations. Later on, this welfare organization went beyond the Tang capitals of Chang'an and Luoyang and was gradually promoted to other regions across China. This piece of history is testament to the spread of the social policies and Buddhist culture of the Tang Dynasty to the far west of its territory.
它太重要了，因为这个就是考古发现里面可能，有字是非常重要的发现啊，因为有字，好多问题就比较确凿了，等于是第一次有了考古的实证，而且它还不是在中原啊，因为这个政策呢也是从中原开始的。 它是在我们这个西域的边陲，是吧？一个小小的北庭城里面。
This is the portrait mentioned. It's not big, but despite its small size, the importance of this finding cannot be underestimated. It represents a major advancement in archaeological research related to Beiting. The point is not to restore the temple which yielded the ceramic piece. Is that the engraved characters, Bei Tian Si, give us a glimpse into the past and show us how the concepts of compassion and mercy from central China's Buddhism influenced the people who once inhabited the region in Xinjiang. Numerous precious artifacts have been discovered in Beiting. This beautiful brick, carved with a lotus pattern, was made in the Tang Dynasty over 1,000 years ago. Archaeologists discovered pieces like this one embedded in the ground at the northern gate of the Beiting ancient city. The squares have arabesque patterns engraved on the four corners and a flower heart in the center. Archaeologists say the lotus pattern comes from the Buddhist culture. The bead pattern surrounding the lotus was introduced from Persia to central China via the ancient Silk Road. This type of brick was characteristic of an architectural style prevailing in the Tang Dynasty.
当时它这种是非常高级的一种建材，它主要是铺设在这个像皇家的这个甬道啊，包括一些这个皇家的佛寺的这个地面上的，所以它出现在这个北庭这里，可能也证实了北庭呢是作为这个唐朝当时在这边设置的一个统治机构，它这里呢也是非常的繁华。
Beiting was home to various ethnicities with different religious beliefs. In the Sui and Tang dynasties, ancient Tibetans, as well as the Huihu, the ancestors of Uyghurs, began to live in the region. Later on, Han, Sogdians, and nomads from the Asian steppe formed the majority of the population. In the 9th century, in the Tang dynasty, after establishing their capital in Gaochang, an ancient area in what's now Turpan, the Huihu people made Beiting their alternate capital. The two regions witnessed the prosperity of Buddhist cultures in the eastern Tianshan Mountains. This is what remains of a Uyghur Buddhist temple built by Gaochang royalty. Splendid murals were discovered on the walls and ceilings of niches. Sculptures of Buddhist figures still stand, battered by time and erosion.
北庭高昌回鹘佛寺这个遗址呢，其实也是我们目前全疆保存最为完整的这个艺术元素最丰富的一个回鹘时期的王家寺院。北庭高昌回鹘佛寺遗址里面的这些艺术元素呢，还有它的造诣技法呢，都与我们吐鲁番地区的这个壁画和泥塑的这个技法是相同的。
Another surprise finding here is this cross-leg Maitreya. Such a depiction of Buddha is also found in other archaeological sites in China, especially in central China. This one, discovered in Beiting, combines the features of distinctive origins.
角角弥勒是最为典型的一个代表，在中国就是有角角弥勒这个泥塑的，不光是我们北庭地区。 像那个东皇，还有永港石窟也有角角弥勒，但是它这个教的过程可能，这个教的这个姿态啊、形态啊，都跟我们北庭地区的不一样。我们北庭因为受汉传佛教的这个因素的影响吧，再融入了我们当地的一些少数民族的一些因素。
On all the murals of the Gaochang Uyghur Buddhist temple, there are dozens of Buddhist pilgrims, mostly on the walls around the temple niches and statue pedestals. They were the donors who financed the construction of those niches and sculptures. Han Chinese craftsmen who participated in the construction of the Uyghur Buddhist temple left their mark. It suggests that the masterpiece came from the joint endeavors by Chinese of diverse ethnic groups. These are the ruins of the Gaochang Uyghur Buddhist temple, and from the ruins we can get an idea of the shape, structure, style, and grandeur of this temple. After being buried for hundreds of years, a number of statues, murals, Chinese inscriptions, and samples of handwritings of the Han Chinese craftsmen have been unearthed. And these amazing artifacts are evidence that Xinjiang has always been a diverse region, where different ethnic groups live together and where cultures from China's central plain areas have been embraced since ancient times. In the Yuan dynasty from the year of 1271 to 1368, after the Tang and Song dynasties, Beiting was an important political center, with military and administrative posts set up by the central government. But the ensuing regional wars and conflicts ravaged the city, which was gradually abandoned. It was not until 1771 in the Qing dynasty, when an official Ji Xiaolan was relegated to Urumqi, that this former seat of power in China's northwest was rediscovered. 200 years later, the ancient site started to regain prominence. In 1988, the site of Beiting city gained key national protected status. In 2013, it became the first national archaeological site park in Xinjiang.
北庭的遗址保护我们介入是比较早的，08年就开始了丝绸之路新疆段的一个项目，分别做了遗址的保护规划，做了申遗的管理规划，做了遗址公园的规划和工程。因为它是后来马上就涉及到世界遗产的要求了，所以我们引入的还是世界遗产的保护理念和展示的要求，基本上讲究真实性、完整性，不做过多的建设活动，主要以遗址本身的保护作为主角，然后用这些物证呢来见证我们的这个遗产的价值。
In 2014, the Beiting ruins gained UNESCO World Heritage status by virtue of being part of Silk Road's the routes network of Chang'an Tianshan corridor. The corridor took shape between the 2nd century BC and 1st century AD and lasted until the 16th century. It started at middle reaches of Yellow River, extended westward along the Qin Mountains, Xinjiang Mountains and Tianshan Mountains. For almost 2 millennia, the Silk Road carried arguably one of the richest interchanges of culture, trade, religion and technology in the history of mankind, contributed greatly to the common prosperity of humankind. Considering this part of history, Beiting holds its significance as an epitome of the past splendor of the ancient roots of communication. Time and the elements have dimmed the light of Beiting, but it's still a lasting testament to the past glories, the flourishing of the ancient Silk Road, the effective governance of Xinjiang by the Tang dynasty's central government, and the convergence of different peoples and cultures. Xinjiang today still forms a vast territory in western China, a diverse region both geographically and culturally. As in ancient times, it's still known for its cultural convergence and still a vibrant and culturally rich place that some 26 million people call home.